If you are over 50 and your balance feels off, even just a little, these 3 exercises can retrain your brain and body in minutes. Science proves it works fast, and I'll show you exactly why. You are walking through your home, maybe holding a cup of coffee, when you suddenly notice it. You are paying more attention to staying balanced than enjoying the moment. Maybe you grab the back of a chair when you pass by. Maybe you hesitate before stepping off the curb. You are not weak, and you are not clumsy. But something feels different. Most people blame this on aging, but here is the truth almost no one is told. You are not losing your balance because you are getting older. You are losing balance because your brain, your joints, and your inner ear simply haven't been asked to keep up. The problem isn't wear and tear. It's disconnection. And that is the exciting part, because today I am going to show you how to switch all of that back on. Not with long workouts or complicated routines, but rather with 3 surprisingly simple movements that retrain your nervous system in just a few minutes a day. These are not just exercises. They are signals, reminders to the brain that the instinct to protect you, to steady you, to guide you is still there, waiting to be reawakened. Stick with me to the end, because once you understand what is going on inside your body, you will never look at balance the same again. And if any of this already sounds familiar, type 9 in the comments below. I read every single one, and I am right here with you. Now, let's start with something that looks simple but rewires your system from the ground up. Heel walks may look a little funny, walking with your toes lifted. Heels touching down first, arms gently moving at your sides. But don't underestimate them. This movement is one of the most powerful neurological drills you can do after 50. As we age, it is not just muscles that weaken. It is the neural pathways that used to fire effortlessly. One of the most important pathways is the one that lifts your toes at just the right moment when your foot swings forward. When that signal slows down, you start catching your toes on rugs or uneven pavement. Trips turn into stumbles. Stumbles become falls. And once your brain senses danger, it quietly tells you to move less. That is when hesitation becomes a habit. Heel walks break that whole cycle. When you walk on your heels with your toes lifted, you fire the tibialis anterior, which is the muscle that elevates the front of your foot. But more importantly, you reconnect your brain to your feet in real time. You are rebuilding something called sensory motor mapping, which is your brain's ability to track, control, and adjust your movements moment to moment. And because heel walking is unusual, your brain pays more attention to it. That means faster rewiring, sharper focus, and a stronger neuromuscular response. You are not just working the legs, you are retraining the brain. Indeed, studies show that activation like this for just 60 seconds a day improves foot clearance and reduces falls, restoring walking confidence in older adults. Here is how to do it safely. Stand tall near a wall or sturdy chair. Lift your toes and keep your heels planted. Begin walking slowly, heel after heel, keeping your toes raised the whole time. Let your arms swing naturally for balance. Take 10 to 15 steps forward, turn around, and repeat. Don't worry about how you look. Your brain doesn't care about pretty. It cares about reconnection. If you feel unsteady, slow down and focus on posture and breath. You can begin with 20 seconds and build from there. This isn't leg training disguised as balance. It's brain training disguised as walking. It tells your nervous system, I still need you. I still want to move with confidence. And your body listens. If this has already sparked something inside you, write heel walk in the comments so I know you are walking this path with me. Now, let's talk about something even more overlooked. Something your body used to do without thinking. Most people think balance is about standing still, but true balance, the kind that prevents falls, is about how smoothly you shift your weight when life pulls you in different directions. Think about it. When did you last train your body to move sideways? We walk forward, we climb stairs, we sit in straight chairs. Day after day, we move in predictable lines. But real-world falls don't happen in straight lines. They happen when you turn, when something surprises you, or when you step onto an uneven surface. If your body hasn't practiced the motion of moving sideways, It doesn't know how to catch itself. That is why side-to-side weight shifts are both so powerful and so forgotten. This simple movement reactivates your lateral stabilizers, the muscles in your hips, ankles, and core that keep you upright when you lean, twist, or sway. But even more important, you are waking up your proprioception, your body's internal GPS that tells your brain exactly where your limbs are, even without looking. With age, proprioceptors don't turn off. They go to sleep because of a lack of use that causes delay. Your body moves, but your brain doesn't register it fast enough. That tiny gap is how stumbles happen. That tiny gap is how fear slowly replaces confidence. You are walking through your house, cup of coffee in hand, when it hits you. You are spending a lot more time balancing than enjoying the experience. Maybe you steady yourself on the back of a chair as you walk by. Maybe you pause before stepping off a curb. You are not weak, you are not clumsy, but something inside feels different. Most folks just assume this is simply aging, but here's what very few ever hear. You are not losing balance because you are getting older. You are losing balance because your brain, your joints, and your inner ear haven't been asked to stay sharp. The problem isn't wear and tear. It is lack of connection, and that is the good news, because connection can be rebuilt. Today, I am going to show you how to switch those systems back on. Not with long workouts or complicated routines, but with 3 deceptively simple movements that reactivate your nervous system in just a few minutes a day. These are not just exercises. They are signals, reminders to the brain that it still knows how to protect you. And once you experience them, you will never think about balance training in the same way again. If any of that already feels familiar, type 9 in the comments. Faye, I read them all, and I am here for you. Let's start with a movement that looks unusual, but rewires your system from the ground up. Heel walks may look simple, even silly, but they're one of the most powerful drills you can do after 50. As we age, it is not only muscles that slow down, it is the messages traveling between your brain and your feet. One of the most important signals is the one that reminds your toes to lift just in time as your foot swings forward. When that signal weakens, you start catching your toes on rugs, door frames, or uneven pavement. A trip becomes a stumble becomes a fall, and once your brain senses danger, it tells you to move less, creating a cycle of hesitation and fear. Walking on your heels with your toes lifted interrupts that whole cycle. It turns on the tibialis anterior, the muscle responsible for lifting the front of your foot. But more importantly, it forces your brain to reconnect with your feet in real time. That rebuilds the sensory motor map that is guiding your movement. And because heel walking is one of those things that your brain doesn't see every day, it pays more attention, rewiring faster and responding more sharply. Research has shown that just a minute a day can improve foot clearance, decrease falls, and rebuild walking confidence. To try it, stand tall near a wall or sturdy chair. Lift your toes and keep your heels planted. Begin walking slowly, heel to heel, with your toes still lifted. Let your arms swing naturally to help with balance. Take 10 to 15 steps, turn around, and repeat. If you feel wobbly at first, slow down. Focus on your posture and your breath. You can start with 20 seconds and build up from there. This isn't just leg training. It's brain training disguised as movement. It tells your nervous system, I still need you. I still want to move forward. And your body listens. If you're ready to walk with me, drop the words heel walk in the comments. Now let's move to something even more overlooked. Most people think balance is about staying still. But the real balance, the kind that prevents falls, depends on how smoothly you shift your weight when life moves you sideways. Think about it. How often do you train your body to move laterally? We walk forward, climb stairs, and sit in straight lines. But real life falls don't happen straight ahead. They happen when something surprises you from the side, when you pivot quickly, or when you step onto an uneven angle. And if your body hasn't practiced side movement, it doesn't know how to catch itself. That is why side-to-side weight shifts are so powerful. This simple movement wakes up the lateral stabilizers in your hips, ankles, and core, the muscles that keep you upright when you lean or twist. It also reawakens your proprioception, your internal GPS, that tells your brain exactly where your body is in space. As we age, proprioceptors don't die. They just fall asleep from disuse. And when your brain stops getting those signals, your reactions slow down. That tiny delay is what turns a simple misstep into a fall. But proprioception is absolutely trainable, even in your 60s, even in your 70s. As you rock your weight gently from one side to the other, your nervous system starts listening again. It is slow, quiet, almost meditative. But inside, your body and brain are reconnecting. Many people say after a few days they start feeling more grounded. Not because the muscles suddenly strengthen, but because their awareness is returning. And with awareness comes control. With control comes confidence. With confidence, there comes freedom. To try it, stand with your feet hip-width apart and arms relaxed. Gently shift your weight to your right foot. Feel the pressure increase beneath the sole. Stay there for a few seconds, then return to center and shift to the left. Repeat for about a minute. Don't rush this. Let it be smooth, intentional, almost calming. This isn't exercise. It's awareness training. Each shift tells your brain, this is what balance feels like. You're not just swaying, you're rewiring the deep systems that keep you safe. Try it while brushing your teeth, waiting for the kettle, or during a commercial break. Little by little, your body remembers. If you're following along, type I'm shifting back, because that's exactly what we're doing. Shifting back into stability, trust, and confidence. Now let's talk about a movement that trains your inner GPS. The vestibular system. Most people never think about turning their head until one day they do. And the room feels off or their body doesn't quite follow. This isn't weakness or decline. It's simply a system that's gone quiet. Your eyes, your inner ears, and your joints work together to keep you balanced. But when your life becomes still and predictable, your brain stops giving those signals priority. That's when dizziness, hesitancy, and unsteady moments appear. But we can wake that system up again with a simple, powerful challenge, turning your head while standing on one leg. It may look effortless, but underneath, your brain is working hard, processing motion, maintaining balance, and coordinating your muscles all at the same time. That's what real life requires when you step off a curb, check for traffic, or turn toward a sound. You are retraining your reflexes when you do this movement in a slow and safe manner. You are telling your brain, I need faster responses again. Your vestibular system is synchronizing with your eyes and joints. Proprioceptors, fire stabilizers adjust, and everything comes back online. To practice this, stand next to a wall or chair. Lift one foot lightly, letting the toes rest on a wall behind you for mental reference. Not support. Soften your standing knee. Slowly